Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is what people are seeing and experiencing in everyday life when it comes to being of the prepared mind. And I get sent pictures and videos and emails. And if you would like to send in something that can be shared with the community, my email's in the description box below, okay? So grab your coffee, maybe a SNICK snack. I have a root beer float. I've been addicted for like the past couple of days. I don't know what it is with me. So this first email comes in with a picture. And she said, a while back, I told you how I made juice out of the tops of strawberries. Yes, you did. I remember that vividly. She said, cut off the tops, leaving a little extra strawberry on them, and then boil them in water, strained, and then you have the juice. Right. She said, today, I took some of the juice and I made jelly out of it. 3 cups of juice, 3 cups of sugar, 1 pack of Sure Gel. Water bath, finished product, 10 minutes. I got jam, jelly, canned strawberries, ate a lot, and frozen strawberries out of a flat. I will also be doing this with my peach skins. It's my goal to use as much product as I can towards our pantry. This is beautiful. I am so proud of you guys. I really am. When you guys send me these pictures, it not just encourages me, because I'll tell you, I have to get back into canning. I really do. But my house and my life is so chaotic lately. It really, truly is. You know, trying to keep a house clean, cooking dinner, and then trying to pressure can on top of that with 8 people in the house. It's a little difficult, you know what I mean? So, but I really appreciate when you guys send me these pictures. It encourages me, and I know that it encourages the entire community as well. Look at this picture. It is amazing. So here's an email that was sent in by a community member along with a picture. And it says, a huge military exercise just ended in West Virginia. Non-combat civilian areas. Irregular warfare scenario. Or did it really end? See pic and link at the quote below. Okay, and I have the pic and I have the link and everything, okay? And I'll leave the link in the description box below, all right? And it says, plus 6 very large flower planters mysteriously appeared recently near the intersection of my teeny West Virginia town of 200. And didn't we just hear about very large planters in San Francisco too? To hide the mess of the homeless population. What is it with the planters now? So I'll go on. She said, plus, there is road work being done on the intersection, unnecessary in my opinion. I really wonder if the planters and road are now bugged via satellite, especially since there is no cell service here in the center of the U.S. quiet zone. Take care, Tuts. Well, thank you, baby. I really appreciate this kind of stuff. I really do, because it keeps me in the loop. Because honestly, like when I did the video the other day of, saying about the soft ML, and I said, not to my knowledge is there anything big going on. I want you guys to understand that sometimes, and maybe actually a lot of times, I unplug, and there's a reason for that. I unplug because I've got 4 children under the age of 14 in my home. I don't want them hearing or seeing negativity from the outside world. And I know you're probably saying, well, why? When you have an 8-year-old who is extremely sensitive, who also has learning disabilities, she doesn't understand, okay? And I don't need, and her mother doesn't need, and my son, who is her stepfather, does not need a freak out, because that is exactly what will happen, because she doesn't understand, and you cannot explain to her that this is what's going on. She doesn't understand. She does not live in her mindset in the same world that we do, if you can understand that, okay? Now, with my grandson, he's very intelligent, okay? And to have him involved in seeing these types of things, it will greatly upset him. And then with my nephew, who's 9 years old, he's also special needs. We can't have that kind of upset within the children. We can't do it. Okay, so a lot of times I do unplug. Okay, and it's only because I can't have that kind of negativity, toxicity with the that kind of news with the coup. Okay, uh, uh, and the children hearing about that and go, what's that? What's that mean? What's that? You know, and I can't say, never mind you, never mind. I can't do that. You know, so uh, if there's any kind of talking about it, uh, the adults do go into another room when they are occupied. Okay, and I mean completely occupied. Now, my 13-year-old, she gets it. All right, she understands. Cariana is extremely intelligent. I mean, genius level intelligent. But even with her, we don't need upset. Okay, so you know, when you say, well, how could you not know? It's because I unplug, and I have to, for the welfare of the children that live in this house. Okay, so this is the screenshot that she sent me, and I will read it to you and then I'll put it up. Okay, now this is dated June 21st, 2023, and it says, West Virginia National Guard and Irregular Warfare Center host Ridge Runner 2023, Kingwood, West Virginia. The West Virginia National Guard's Ridge Runner Irregular Warfare Exercise 2301, co-hosted by the Irregular Warfare Center, wrapped up June 16, 2023 at Camp Dawson, Kingwood, West Virginia. The nearly 2-week-long exercise that spanned throughout West Virginia brought more than 420 members of the U.S. military special operations community, allies, and partners from 16 different nations, and observers to provide validation for deploying special forces elements in a dynamic and realistic irregular warfare scenario. Okay, here you go. So here's an email from a community member, and he said, just a quick observation. Do you remember the 2018 movie titled Hunter Killer with Gerard Butler? No. I'll have to look and see if I can find it, and I'll watch it. He said the it was about a Russian coup. Okay. He said, well, look what's happening now. No, see, I did not know about that. I'll ask my husband when he gets home, and I'll see if we can find it, and we'll watch it. It's got to be like on Prime or Hulu or Netflix or whatever, or on one of his apps that he has, on his phone to watch movies, and I'll see if we can find it. Okay, so Hunter Killer. Okay, with Gerard Butler. Trying to put a face to a name. Okay. Yes, Gerard Butler. Yes. I liked him in, what was it called? Was it called Greenland? That came out, what was it, 2 years ago? Greenland? Right after Songbird? Yeah. A fantastic movie. Yeah. Highly recommend that one too. Yeah. So here is another email from a community member, and she said, I saw your video regarding the talk of martial law. I follow a man named Phil Godlewski, and I have for a while. On May 30th, he predicted, according to his intel, that the military would be increasing their presence in mid-June, which happened. Right on. Watch that video, and he starts the intel about 44 minutes into the video. He's on Rumble. I don't have Rumble. Okay, I'll look for it. And the name of the video is Start, with the date of May 30th, 2023. I saw this live on that day. The next video to watch is the one that is called The Hunted. This will explain all the questions that you have about martial law. I think you might be right, but I have doubts as well. You decide for yourself. Thank you, I will. There's just, when you hear that term, just that term alone, you have doubts, you know what I mean? Because you're like, oh, not again. Even when you hear anything that has to do with LDs, lockdowns, or, any kind of anything that is like a severe event, something that, is going to be, scary or fear-mongerish or anything like that, and you have no way of fact-checking it. except to what? Try and find some inkling of a light that will say, okay, yes, it's true. Yes, it's no, it's not true. Or it might, could, should be, it's so hard to find any answers because it's not like it's just going to be on Google or anything like that. You know what I mean? So when you do try to fact check anything, it's extremely hard. It really truly is. So when I get emails like that, and I try my hardest, I really truly do, to bring you what I find. It's not to try and scare you at all, because I try to bring it to you in a way that seems logical, that seems rational, and in a way that you're not going to be scared in any way, but in a way that's just informative, for educational purposes only. And that I always say, please do your research, because this is what I found during my research, but maybe during your research you'll be able to find more. So that's just how I look at things. You know what I'm saying? So here is another email from a community member, and she said, hi, few things. It might be Debka. Okay, so when I was reading that email about the ML, and the woman in the email said that the woman had to contact Deborah. She said it might be Debka, DEBKA.com, which is an Israeli news site. Last week, a guy named Bo Polny, Polny, was saying that we will all remember where we were June 25th, Sunday. He looks at scripture and tries to put time frames on the words of God. Okay. I don't buy most of his stuff, but it is interesting. However, just this once, I'm staying close to home. I already went shopping in advance of 6/23, which is the end of the NATO exercise, which many feared was a cover for going hot. After last night's events over there, glad I did. There was an interesting congressional hearing, and I don't believe many caught this. It was about J6 protests and law enforcement. Bureaucrat mentioned using the geofence, and I about dropped my dentures, which I don't have, by the way. Yes, you do. No, I know you don't. I have. Made me laugh. She said, I've never heard that term outside of websites talking about surveillance. I suspect that in addition to triangulation and cell phone tracking, that satellites, even AI, is used. This is how we could be kept in our open air digital person 15 minutes from our home. Programmable CBDC money would not work. We'd be somehow prevented from leaving. The drones would come, etc. The UN this week said they wanted all things on the phone, like banking, injections, etc. What? Everything on the phone. Well, you know what the sad thing is? Everybody that has a phone, whether it's Android or iPhone, everybody does everything on the phone anyway. Whether it's banking, paying for anything, like iPhone has that Apple Pay, stuff like that, and it's like, I don't have an iPhone. I honestly can't stand Apple product. It just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. I don't know. I've had an Android since phones were phones. To be honest with you, I understand the the Android a little bit, but my husband has an iPhone, and so do the kids. Well, my son and my daughter-in-law, and I don't even know how to open the damn iPhone. That's really sad. They said just swipe up or something like that, and I'm sitting there going, I'm like, it's not working. That's how technologically stupid I am. So here is an email with some pictures for you from a community member. She said, "Hi everyone. I love it when Autumn shows prepper related viewer updates, and my favorite prepper photos are those where someone is showing what works for them. As such, here are 2 comments from me. The other day, I found a box of shelf-stable oat milk in my pantry. It had expired almost a year ago, but I decided to see if it was usable. It was totally fine. This showed me that people are correct when they say, don't just throw something away if the use-by date has passed. I saved myself a few dollars and a trip to the store." And then the next one, she said, "I bought a container of powdered heavy cream about a year ago, and I never used it. It does not have any added flavors or sweetness to it, and I had planned on using it for baking, but I thought I would try it out as a coffee creamer first. It's wonderful, creamy, and it froths great for coffee creamer. I can definitely recommend this product. Thank you, Autumn. I hope this is helpful to someone. I watch your videos every day and I always learn something new." Oh, thank you. Thanks for being there. We love you. Oh, I love you. Oh, and it's Hoosier Farms. Okay, for the powdered heavy cream. Yeah, I buy their stuff all the time. I love their stuff. I like their cream cheese, the powdered cream cheese, and the powdered sour cream. I use those for when I'm making mashed potatoes. When I tell you. Oh, when I tell you. And their butter is really good too. Their powdered butter tastes like Land O'Lakes butter. It really does. It's really good. So here's the pictures that she sent in. And before I go, I leave you with these 2 videos that were actually sent to me by my husband. Okay. So that's all for this video, guys. All right. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fearless. Ciao.
In the submarine wreck had to do with the largest stories of 2023. Listen, SETI stands for Searching for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. Yeah, it's a non-profit organization that's dedicated its entire business to looking for life in the universe. And, why would it surprise you that one of the guys on the board happened to be inside of the submarine? No, Dylan, no, that's a coincidence. That's fine. But what about this one? Would it surprise you if I told you one of the guys inside the submarine was a manufacturer of the Palestine, Ohio crash chemicals? Like, literally made the chemicals that were in that fire? No. Or if I told you another one of the guys that was in the sub was connected to ASA, Americans for Safe Airspace, dedicated their entire time looking for UAPs. Connections? Literally, this is part of the largest stories to break in 2023, right? And we don't even get pictures of these men climbing into this sub, locked from the outside, so no matter what, they're not getting out. This is legit coffin, getting sent to the bottom of the ocean where no human would ever be able to go, right? Ever. You and I would never find them. And then the submarine's going to literally implode because the guy behind the creation of the submarine bypassed all the rules and regulations for depth. Come on, people. No. I think not. This is a conspiracy. We got something on our hands. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let's get to the bottom of this. Again, no pun intended.
Hey guys, I just wanted to send out this message really quick. I'm not going to go into a ton of details. It's going to be a very, very short video. It's got some good intel that I wanted to pass along to you all. Please share the crap out of this. So the central bank digital currency is going to be trying to push out here very, very soon. And the information that I've received is the quantum financial system, which is the good financial reset, is also being rolled out as we're talking about this right now. However, the deep state is going to try to enslave as many people as possible into going into the central bank digital currency while we're waiting for the QFS to roll out. Okay. So what that means, if you happen to get duped into going into central bank digital currency, and I'm sure some of your banks are going to push this on you and tell you that it's something that you need to do not do it. Move your money from that fact if that's what they're asking you to do. because they're trying to turn you into a digital slave, and that is coming out very, very fast. I just wanted to put a warning out, public service announcement, basically. Save this and share it with everybody that you know, so that when you start hearing friends and family talking about transition their money into the central bank digital currency, tell them to stop what they're doing and not to do that.